So dip buyers saving the market again. We did have a pretty good sell-off earlier. Are we in a sell the rip market, or is this going to be just like the rest, where the markets just continually grind higher? It is Thursday, September 25th, 2025. If you guys end up liking the video, maybe give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts analysis and live day trading. Again, we have our sale going on all throughout October 17th. So discounts across the board there. Doing the video a little on the early side. We're going to be doing a members live stream at 4 p.m. And I can tell you where we're going to close anyway. At least we'll see if I'm right or wrong here. But and Bagged Capital, I know you're watching on, from X. But, we talked about, I was kind of just playing around with this idea, but I think that we'll probably close right at like 60.03. By the way, Fartcoin's down 10%. I don't know, man. That's the ultimate bellwether there. But I was kind of just playing around with this idea. We're going through this little back and forth here. And I just figured we'd probably close around like 6,003. Sorry, 6,600.03. We'll see. We're sitting right there right now, pretty much. And yeah, there it is. So 66.02. I didn't think we'd make a new low though. So there's a level here. A lot of ODTE at 66 even, and I was a little faked out this morning though. I thought we would potentially get down to 65.50. It ended up coming up a little bit short. You can see right now. This was huge earlier. It actually was our LG1 for a while. They stopped it shy, and we're back to 66. So I think like you're seeing, they kind of faked both sides out, right? They faked it to the upside, and I knew that 600 SPY was, or sorry, I keep saying that, 660 SPY was going to be kind of the cap. If we got there, it didn't get there. I called this out on X, on ES, like 6680. Again, we didn't get there. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. But, then they rolled it over and they faked out the bears on it. So I think they're just going to put it right in the middle. Well, we'll see. It's not going to make much of a difference to me if we end up going there or not. That's still the line in the sand. So if we end up rallying there, and we just close under it, that's still just kind of like right on the cusp. We have PCE tomorrow. And that'll, because of this lower low here, this is what I would say I don't like as a bear, is that you got, this is a picture perfect failed breakdown. I actually called this out in the trading room not that long ago here. And right above that low. And by the way, look where we went to. Right to the old rising wedge trend line. So we didn't quite get down to the FOMC low, although I think there's unfinished business there. And I think by the end of the quarter, they're going to want to, there's some calls to kill. Guess where? 6,500. So we'll see if it ends up being a sell the rip tomorrow. I think it's possible here. I know a lot of people have bought this dip. Just from the premiums that I'm seeing here, and it's struggling to hold. So we'll see if that's see if it plays out. We've held this 20 moving. The algos just buy that 20 moving average. Since the low, like we have not breached it other than 1 day at a time, and we know that's the line in the sand anyway, because that was the FOMC low, 65.50. So that's the big level for the Qs. It's right now it's 590, and you can see they defended that this morning. We smashed through it, and again, it was a little weird on the open. Usually, like when you gap through like 6600 and it just pushes through a big level like that, and the 590 QQQ, usually it just gammas down. But they did hold it up here. They kind of saved it at the last second. So those are the levels there that we're watching for support. And they did double down here earlier, and they doubled down again. So, again, if they come back to that, I don't know if it's going to hold this time. So buyers want to see that, this push off right now. Into the close, yeah, 595 would probably be your max on the Qs, 600 on spot, or 660 on SPY. We need to get some different numbers out here. And then 6600 on SPX is the pin here. But for, it'd be like 6625 on that if we went to the upper end. But I'm thinking we're going to pin here. Either way, PCE tomorrow, we'll probably rally on that, and it's just a matter of, do we get a lower high? Yesterday's video, we talked about 66.50. And yeah, that's gonna be your bull bear line if we rally. So 618 right there. So that's pretty much everything we needed to cover. I don't even think we need to go over much more here. IWM 240, that's been a cap all day. That's been weak. The diamond here down 34 basis points. Rising wedge here, a little cut there, the low. Sometimes these fake out, and just like ES, right, they fake out to the upside too. And it might be, it might be doing that. We've hit this trend line a lot. So that's what we're looking at there. SMH, there was some strength, and by the way, breadth is not very good here, but there was some pockets of strength. I know they bid up TSM a lot, and it did put in that evening star, technically, even though it's still off the low. You could have shorted the close and covered on the open. Theoretically, I actually covered some of my, I just have a QQQ runner put now from last Friday, but that was nice. But anyway, yeah, NVIDIA held up pretty well too, and Apple up 1 1/4, so pretty good. So there was some pockets of strength there. SMH flat. IGV was on the weaker side. Oracle outside move. Transports, again, just can't get away from that trend line. This is ready to trend, though. It is totally ready to trend. That is coiled. I thought it would go this week, but not really. It's almost like it's not even trading. Rates here, again, the Fed cut right here. And it's just done nothing but go up. And you can see here, coming off the highs a little bit, there is some kind of war drum stuff going on. So the long end has caught a little bit of a bid here, like TLT. But if you look at the twos, like let's just look at ZT. And if we compare it with ES, you can see, whoops. Like that positive correlation is back with bonds. So we talked about this before Friday. I said, do stocks start to respect yields if they go up? And so far they have been a little bit. So the market is, that's something the market's obviously keying off of. At least for now, we'll see if the 20 MA just holds again. But right now, that's an issue. This is war drum stuff. But anyway, XHB down 1%, losing the 50 MA. So 107.50 is your likely area there. Look at this trend line going way back. And then you got, horizontal support right there, 200 and 100. MA just below that. IYR and nothing going on there inside day. Careful with fins here. They're breaking through that wedge. They are off the lows, but watch those. If they start breaking down, it's not a good sign. KRE still holding on. You got a higher low there. Holding the 50 MA. The weekly, still fine. But again, just keep an eye on it. XBD, nothing doing there. We talked about oil. Nice trend line breakout. XLE, very strong here. Weekly starting to really firm up here. So a nice inside bar, and it's starting to push. Yeah, XO, and by the way, I made a tweet about this last night, but again, this thing, if this resolves, which I think it can, this resolves to the upside, there's a ton of trend room here. And I mean, let's just say it doesn't go to like 150, and you might be like, well, that's crazy. Well, I mean, Palantir was at 20 bucks 18 months ago. When Wall Street, when these fat greedy pigs figure out something that they can trend, they just trend it forever. So if that's the next trade, then that can happen. But yeah, anyway, XOP OIH here, both green on the day. Dollar index continuing to be green. Again, the Fed cut right there. Gold flat to high. Actually, it was up 0.5%. It was flat earlier. GDX slightly green. GDXJ slightly green. Still maybe a little top heavy here in the short term. Silver again, I talked about 50. It might do it. We'll see. It's got one day. I said possibly by Friday. That was not a call. I was just saying, like, it wouldn't surprise me. Miners holding up. Got platinum here. New highs. So that resolved bull. So congrats to platinum bulls. and palladium too. Nice moves here. We got copper. That had a big bid early and then came back in. So couldn't get through those moving averages. You got the $5 whole round number just above that. Crypto is also in trouble here. It is coming off the lows. You're getting a pretty good bounce here. Ethereum, ETH, there's a dealer level at 30. Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to save it. That can accelerate if that rejects. So there's a dealer level at 30 on ETH for tomorrow. But if this bounce doesn't hold, this could get to like 36, 35 pretty fast. So I was careful with crypto here. This has been weak lately. Lower highs hasn't confirmed the market rally, and there's a divergence with it. So anyway, we'll see what happens here. We got an hour left. I know I'm doing the video a little early, but again, I think it's kind of, we're not going to puke down again. So we're either going to rebound and park or rebound a little bit more. So it doesn't really make much of a difference. And we had, I mean, anyway, this was pretty like buried on the hourly. So I'm not surprised that second push didn't follow through. But anyway, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Have a great one. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.